All right, guys. So today is Monday, and we're into the third week of October. And yes, we are in the middle of it. It is the fall season, guys. And my question for the day, for the video, if you're a full-time lawn care provider and you have not yet gotten your winters figured out, because I got a question from somebody said this is their second year of being full-time, and the winter months they've kind of had to go through whatever money they put up for the month. They're going through all their money during the winter time. Well, you got to do one or two things. You're going to either have to establish you some clientele for the winter months. Now, with me, I have a spring and summer schedule, and I have a fall and winter schedule. It's either that you build that winter clientele, you're gonna build that. You have to build that over time, because when you talk about winter lawn care, that's kind of going against the grain. So it's either that, and that'll take time. Maybe not as long as you would think it would take, but it takes time to get that winter clientele to where it's you may not get up to where you're paying off everything unless you just don't owe anything. Or you build that, or you get a part-time job. You're gonna have to get up and go to work every morning, or whenever they say come. You either do that, or you'll get a part-time job. But the winter work, it's there. You just have to go out and explore it, and start with your own clientele. Is what you have to start with. Lawn care can be tough, because most guys, they get into it, they don't think about the fall and the winter until the fall and winter is there. So you have to be mindful of that in March. You don't wait until October to think about that. All right, so today is Tuesday, the next day, and out of nowhere, guys, I'm looking at it right now. Take a look. It's gloomy and drizzling rain, and that was not even in the forecast. I looked up last night on the weather, and they're saying it's 40% chance this morning. So it eventually started to drizzle, and it's 8:20 now. It's just dreary looking, and it's drizzled a little. The streets are a little damp, but now this is kind of an introductory to what we're getting ready to go into. It's we're at fall and winter time of the year, and man, it's been a lot of talk on finding work. Finding something to do in lawn care to keep yourself busy. Well, you have to figure these times out, times when the weather's bad. And when the weather's bad, this time of the year, you don't have the temps to dry it up, because it rained here Saturday night. Oh my goodness, we had a storm Saturday night. We got a big rain, and the ground was so dry. It sucked it up like it was nothing, and it rained. Wherever there were ditches, they were full. Water was in the streets, and it rained most of the night Saturday. But the ground hadn't rained here in about 3 weeks, and it sucked it right up. Yesterday we went out and mowed with no problem. Today we'll mow with no problem. Because I'm thinking this little mist or whatever it was, I think it's easing on out. because now my windshield's dry. But like I say, this time of the year, these days you have to deal with that, because if it rains enough, it'll stop you, because like I say, you don't have the temps and the ground is already, you know, not soft, but it's always kind of squishy at wintertime. Sometimes it'll get to where it's getting solid, but most of the time it won't be real solid in the winter. But you can still mow if you know how to mow a lawn. So you have to, you know, those are things to think about, is the weather. And that's one of the big factors in winter lawn care, is the weather. How is the weather gonna be for you? Because in January, those are our bad weather months. And for the most part, we usually will miss 2 weeks to sometimes 3 weeks between those 2 months, January and February, because when it rains, if it rains 2 or 3 days, then you're done for that week. You're not gonna mow that week. Or it may be a time where it rains every day that week. Or you may have an ice storm or something. We have those about once a year. So you have to think about all those things in winter lawn care. And I hope hope you're watching, because you want to know what winter lawn care is like, actually doing it. But this is some of the stuff you'll have to deal with. See, now I'm up here closer to pick up my hair, and the streets are wet. So they've got a little more than where I was when I left. But we're gonna go, and we're gonna see what we can get into, what we can get done. We got a full day. We got 13, and if I get to one that I'm supposed to get an add on, it'll be 14 for the day. So I'm gonna get him picked up, and we're gonna get out here and see what we can get done. So guys, we're easing, once again, we're easing into fall and winter. Okay, we just finished that property. We finished the property where he's blowing, and we just did that one. Around the corner, we did 4 in a row. So that's what you should be working on. Those are some of the things you can be communicating in a subdivision. You can be getting your information out. You can get your information out as early as the first of the year if you want to. And start working on your route consolidation. That's huge. Right here in this subdivision where I am right now, we have over 40 lawns, if you can believe that. Today we'll be here all day. We've got 14 on the books today. And this is October, guys. So, with lawn care, guys, people try to make, like it is. It's never a wrong time. Never. And this one, you'll see the videos will be still coming. We're going to be still mowing these lawns right here. It's getting it blowed. We're going to go on down the street, and we've got 3 down the street. We're moving on down. So, on those 3 lawns right there, the ones around the corner, we did 4, and we did those in 1 hour and 20 minutes. And these 3 right here, we did those in 1 hour and 10 minutes, 3 yards. Normally these yards are 30 minutes apiece. And also, in this, what you call the off season, if you're a lawn care provider and next year you're gonna need a helper, Get on that now. Don't wait until March. Don't wait until February or April to start looking for your help. Be looking for that now. Be getting that in place now. And by the spring, you'll have that. You're gonna have some kind of work. You're gonna have leaves. You're gonna have something to do this winter. But start this winter building your winter clientele. It's out there, guys. All you gotta do is find it. We're gonna head on down to the next one and see what we come up with. So it's rained for about the last 45 minutes, almost an hour or so. It's not a lot of rain in the forecast today, so we just gonna hang out. We parked here at the convenience store, sitting in the parking lot. We're gonna let the rain blow over. And like I say, we hadn't had rain in exactly 3 weeks, almost going on a month. So, but things wasn't dry, but they were getting dry. But since it rained Saturday night, and everything is starting to green back up in October. So, but for the most part, you got the bigger part of the season done, and you're easing into the fall. So it's a good place for this. So we needed the rain. So we're gonna sit here, let it blow over, and then we're gonna get back out there, see what we can get done. All right, guys. So we got a cool morning this morning, and the grass is starting to taper off and slow down. As you get into that point, we'll really be there in November, where you leave a lawn this week, come back 2 weeks later, and it look like you just mowed it. Now, how do you get people to agree to some winter lawn care, fall and winter lawn care? I got another question about that. How do you get them to agree? Well, there's an old saying: a closed mouth never gets fed. You have to communicate. Start with your clients. Don't go out and look for new clients. I mean, you can look for new clients, but start with the clients that you have and talk to those clients. There are some clients in the course of a season. Say if you pick up a new client, you should, and the clients that you already have, you should be able to feel those clients out and know what they will go for. I've got clients that I mow their lawns 12 months out of the year, and we've never had a conversation about when it starts or when it stops. I told them what we did when we first talked about it, but I just continued to mow. When October came around, I didn't change. If I'm doing their lawn bi-weekly, I kept doing it bi-weekly. When November came, I kept doing it. December came, I kept doing it. And the client just pays. Some clients just want you to take care of their lawn. They don't want to have to do it. That's the client you are looking for. That client that does not want to do it themselves, but they want it done. They want their lawn to look top notch. That's the client that you're looking for. I mean, it is. That is the client that you are looking for. Now, what we do in the winter months, we will seed our lawns with fescue, with winter fescue. I have clients that look for it every year, and I have those that get it and they don't even know what it is. But we continue to mow, and they continue to pay. And then there are others, you know, that you need to run that by them. And then you have some clients that you're not going to mow their lawn past October. I have one of them I'm doing today. I know it's going to be the very last cut until around Thanksgiving. She want me to come Thanksgiving, then she want me to come Christmas. Then you won't see her anymore until March. But as you're still mowing, like we're still mowing a full schedule. This is the third week in October, and we're mowing a full schedule this week. I've had one client that I didn't mow. We mowed every. Well, I had another one text me last night and told me she didn't think her lawn needed mowing, but I'll do her maybe once a month during the winter months, you know, when it needs it. But look at the beds in the lawn. If you have lawns where there are plenty of trees, that's your winter work. And again, you have to build this. You're not going to get to a point where you have winter work just overnight. Just this one, I got plenty of work. You're going to have to build that. But after about 2 or 3 winters, you should have you some lawns lined up. So we'll talk more about this because I got to go and pick up my help. We got to get started. It's 7:30 right now, almost 7:45. Sun's up, sun's shining. Grass is not tall, but again, we'll continue in the work. And then don't forget, always get agreements in place about how you want to do your lawn. Don't be afraid to tell people what your agreement is. Let me move on. All right, guys, so today is Saturday and I'm in my shop, and man, I finally got all my mowers back. We're getting ready to go into the fall and winter season. We're going to be having leaves, and I got all of my mowers back and running. And, you know, I was telling you about my repairs for this year. There's all 4 of them. Everything but standalone Gravely and the Toro. They're on the trailer. And I'm going to be showing you something before this video posts. I got something I want you to see. But, yeah, got all my mowers back. And, man, I was telling you earlier about my repairs. This month, the month of October, I've spent a little over $1,000 on repairs, stuff that needed to be done. I had to get my Toro. I had to put a pulley on it, and we had to get another belt, had to put a pulley on the deck, get another belt, a drive belt, because the drive belt had stretched out, and we put a spindle on it, on the Toro. And then on the standalone Gravely 52, this one right here, we had to get the charging system done, and it was something else. Had to get the charging system worked on, and I can't remember what else it was, but both of them in the shop. And what else? I had to put the 36 Bradley in the shop this past week. PTO wasn't working. So they've just been in and out. I'm hoping now that things gonna slow down a little bit, that I can get a good rotation on them and take a little wear and tear off them. But this past year, guys, we've been busy, and I'm not saying that I didn't run them. I ran them. We were so wide open this season, it was unreal. But everything's here. This bad boy here, it's gonna get a whole lot of time next season. So, like I say, the Toro and Bradley 52 is on the trailer, but the Bradley 30 standalone, the PTO went out on it, and he brought it back to me yesterday. He came and got it Tuesday, and he brought it back to me yesterday, man. He said, because of what I had paid out already this month, he said, don't worry about it. That was on me. So, hey, shout out to my repairman. He's a go-getter, man. So, yeah. So it's Saturday. I got everything cleaned up, got everything put away, and see you in a little bit.